Hey, well, we are on the way to the gym now, so, start the video. And yeah, so I am heading back today. And I did get the video uploaded. I got the chest day video with the actual footage and posing and everything, so we're good there. But let me adjust this real quick, sorry. There we go. So, yeah, I'm getting back on track, and yeah. Oh, I am excited to hit this lift. Felt pretty good yesterday for chest. Felt rested, recovered, and yeah. And now I get to do heavy back day. I think this should be day 19 of the bulk then. Yeah. Looking forward to another good day. And yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit more kind of about, I guess, my experience with fitness and just give my opinion as well as, I guess you could say, advice on weight loss, getting into shape, and things like that. But yeah, as we've discussed before, I lost 130, 140 pounds since my absolute heaviest. I was 320 pounds at one point, and it's been a 5-year process for me to cut to where I am. And I just finished a few months ago my most aggressive, most finalizing cut. Got down to about 10% body fat, and that was all preparing and prepping me to be more insulin sensitive and everything, so that I could go into this bulk and not gain too much weight, but be able to put on as much muscle mass as possible. So now I'm in the body recomposition phase of my total weight loss, which that's kind of cool to me. This is a new experience for me. I've never been this muscular at this weight before in my life. And so I think that's pretty cool. I think that's something that I want to be able to share this part of my journey with. And hopefully I can give some advice that other people can be helped out by. Like I said, I do coaching now as well, but once again, I'm doing this social media thing to kind of just document my journey and my process over the next several years, hopefully, of my experience in the gym and rebuilding my physique from, well, the leanest I've been. Unfortunately, I didn't start when I was 330 pounds. That would have been a hell of a journey. Crazy progression, you could say, on my socials. If I did that, that would be really cool, but still. Yeah, so I want to talk about that. I've been struggling a little bit, to be perfectly honest, with bulking. The mental battle, because I've been overweight for so long. I was overweight in the past and everything. Bulking has been taxing on me. Just been afraid of letting go, losing what I've gotten and everything like that. But it's you have to be able to mentally know and stay disciplined and know that you'll be fine. Know that as long as you stick to your diet, as long as you stick to training, you'll be able to get to the goals that you want to. And you aren't reverting, right? Just because I'm a slightly higher body fat percentage now, I'm probably 15% body fat, rather than at the end of my cut, I was like 10%. I know that it's not gonna last, right? I'm not reverting back to 40-50% body fat or whatever I was when I 5 years ago. It's not equivalent. So yeah, I'm excited for this portion. As you saw my chest day yesterday, I thought it was looking pretty decent overall, considering my experience in lifting. I haven't been able to put on as much muscle because I've been cutting for 5 years, but I thought it was looking pretty good overall. I think there's no point in hating on yourself. I try to do that as little as I can. I have loose skin and everything, which messes with me as well. But don't hate on yourself. I mean, just live. Progression as long as you're just bettering yourself every day, doing the best you can for you personally, then you're doing the best, right? Don't compare yourselves to others as little as you can. I still compare myself to others too, but try to do that as minimally as possible, right? Comparison's the thief of joy. You know, it's said a lot, but it's true. You can have inspirations and you can look at where you want to go, but don't let it drag you down. If it's starting to get to a point of the unhealthiness, hurting your mental, or you just feel like crap every day because you don't look how you want to, there's nothing healthy about that. But yeah, so I want to talk more about that, and I will continue to talk a lot more about that, my journey, and I can talk about my experience and my advice, right? As someone who's done it, right? I've lost the weight. I'm not a bodybuilder yet, right? But hopefully in the next few years I can get to a point where I maybe could compete, right? But yeah, like, small changes do impact. People spout this a lot, but for some people, just changing some small things, supplementing out, I guess subbing out some foods for healthier options and stuff, that does help a lot of people get into shape and all that. But people that are like pushing 350, there's more than just a couple little lifestyle changes that need to be done, and I think people need to be a little bit more honest about that. Someone who's 30 pounds overweight and someone that's 130 pounds overweight, there's it's a mental side to being 130 pounds overweight, and chances are they struggle with some sort of eating disorder, whether it's binge eating, whether it's eating because they're bored, whether it's because anything like that. That's not something that can be changed, because you can sub out all the healthier foods you want, but if you're binge eating, you're going to eat it all anyway, and that's what I struggled with. So when it comes to that, be honest, right? There's too many influencers out here that are like, oh, these simple solutions help me lose 100 pounds. Okay, that's not the case for most people. So I think we need to be more realistic and say that it's going to take some time, a lot of little adjustments over years and years, right? So yeah, I'll talk more about that in the future. But yeah, I'm heading to the gym now. I'm gonna hit a back day. I'm probably gonna call this because my storage is getting low and I need to move some stuff to my hard drive when I get home today before I do some editing. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna hit the gym. I should have enough storage. I'll delete a couple things so that I can get some lift footage, hopefully get a killer back pump, and yeah, let's get it. are back. All right, yeah, I'm on my way home from the gym now. Felt pretty good today overall. Definitely a little bit softer than I like to see myself visually in the mirror. But that goes back to what we were saying. But I also feel bigger today, so that's good. Felt wider. Felt decent about the pump. Definitely less of a pump than I've been having recently, so that also is messing with me a small bit. But overall, I can't really complain too much. Hit a couple PRs. Was doing more weight again this week versus last week, so that's working very well for the progressive overload. And yeah, so obviously you guys have a lot more of a objective look on my physique than I do. And so, yeah, you're your own worst critic, right? Simply put. And yeah, it's okay to be your own worst critic, but don't be your own worst hater, right? That's something I believe Sam Sulek said that a while back, right? And it stuck with me. It was like, be your own worst critic, that's fine. But don't be your own worst hater, because it's not healthy. Not only is it not healthy, it's not helpful. So yeah, it's okay to be critical of yourself. Just give yourself some grace and know that if you're working on yourself, you're doing better than you're doing everything you need to do. So yeah, obviously you guys have a much more objective look on my physique than I do, and yeah, and know that that's the case. The outside world seems to care a lot more. Well, I guess not care, but is a lot more realistic with their view on yourself than you are. So yeah, that's the gist of it there. I'm actually pulling up to my grandma's house right now, so I guess it will probably be a pretty short little video here for after workout. But hey, I got after workout and in workout videos this time, so we're improving. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow for legs.